This is North Georgia's News Talk.
WDUN. This girl is on fire.
Hey, folks, this is Game On. I'm Katie B., and we appreciate your patronage on AM 550 and FM 102.9 WDUN this Wednesday evening, the night before All Hallows Eve. I want to remind you all out there listening, we'll be at Buffalo Wild Wings live on location tomorrow night for the Game On Coaches Show. This week featuring Chestatee coach Stan Luttrell. We are repeating coaches now for the next few weeks because we've been through all the coaches in Hall County. And some of them, as I say a lot on this show, bear repeating. And Chestatee is one of those teams. Stan Luttrell, one of those coaches. We're not just going to have Coach Luttrell on, but about 6 of his players will fill out our hour together at Buffalo Wild Wings for the Game On Coaches Show. Remember, Chestatee is playing Monroe area for the Region 8 4A title this Friday. Speaking of that game, coming up, Monroe area, Madison County, ugly incident on the field last Friday night. We have been through it. We went through it Monday with Brent Holloway as co-host here on Game On. We spoke a little bit of it again yesterday. Well, I have seen video of the brawl that happened at Madison County, and I'm going to share my thoughts with you, as well as the thoughts of Morgan Lee, sports editor at AccessNorthGA.com, and Brent Holloway, not only my Monday co-host on Game On, but also writer for SB Nation. They joined me on the high school football roundtable today, and we dove into this incident at Madison County between Monroe area and Madison County. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Before we get to our first guest, coach of our WDUN Team of the Week presented by Carriage Automotive, I want to share with you all that coming up in 30 minutes, we're going to give away 2 tickets to the inaugural Heritage Gala happening this Saturday at Lakewood Baptist Church. Now, why is that important, and why are we doing that on a sports show? Because Pam Tebow, the mother of Tim Tebow, is speaking at this gala, and we're going to give you and a guest the opportunity to go. The Heritage Gala begins at 6:30 this Saturday, once again at Lakewood Baptist Church. 30 minutes from now, we're giving away 2 tickets, so stay tuned to Game On for that. In the meantime, in between time, Wednesday, one of my favoritist days, because we get to highlight an athlete that has gone above and beyond this past week, and we get to highlight a team that's gone above and beyond this past week. Our WDUN Team of the Week, presented by Carriage Automotive, was coming off 2 straight losses, 2 straight disheartening losses in Region 8 AA when they went to face mountain rival Union County last Friday night. They were without starting quarterback Wes Holcomb, who was injured in the game against Washington Wilkes. They were without starting running back Dan Daly, who had a concussion and couldn't play. But even without those 2 players, they managed to beat Union County 42-18 and really seal up the 3rd spot in Region 8 AA heading into the last couple of weeks of the season, heading into the state playoffs. And joining me from beautiful Tiger, Georgia, the head coach of the Rabun County Wildcats, Lee Shaw. Coach, welcome to Game On. Thanks for being with us.
Hey, Katie B. It's good to be on the show.
Hey, listen, we talked about this a little bit last week, Coach Shaw, but I want you to tell the listening audience out there how you all were able to overcome injuries to really 2 key components to your offense and still put up 42 points against a pretty good Union County team.
Yeah, it was just remarkable about this football team. They're starting to mature as a team, as a program, where the adversity doesn't win. They're learning how to handle adversity, but switching out running backs, we all know what Charlie Warner can do, and putting him in the backfield. Charlie could really play any position that he wanted to and be successful at it. But the key was, could Hunter Sims step in and be the trigger guy, be the quarterback for this football team after Wes Holcomb went out, who with a thumb injury that will require surgery after the season. And Hunter just stepped up. The team had his back. They told him that. Wes was in his ear the whole game. We squeezed the package, the offensive package, to where it was, attainable for him to run, and we did some things that he was good at and tried to get the ball in Charlie Warner's hands, and it worked out. But it was a huge rival game. It's been a rival game up here in the mountains for a long time, and our guys stepped up and took care of business.
Took care of business to the tune of Hunter Sims passing for 155 yards and a touchdown, rushing for 135 yards and a touchdown, and Charlie Warner rushing for 236 yards, 4 scores on 29 carries, while also catching 2 passes for 53 yards. He also had an interception in the game that he returned about 50 yards that set up another Rabun County score. Just an unbelievable effort by your team. Talk a little bit about Coach Shaw. coming off 2 straight losses, you all sort of down in the dumps in region play, losing to Jefferson, losing to Washington Wilkes. How were you able to rally the troops and get them ready to go into Union County and beat a very good team?
Yeah, that first loss going with Jefferson, it was a heartbreaker. It was down to the wire, overtime game. Knowing that we played physically, we went toe-to-toe with them, and then to play as poorly as we played against Washington Wilkes, which a good football team can make you do that. So I'm not taking anything away from them. We just had several turnovers, different environment, just the worst game that we played all year, and they rebounded. I think the key was that we were playing Union County, and I was glad that it was such a big rival game and a team that our players have grown up disliking basically on the football field, and that's what the rival games are all about. So it gave them an added spark. I felt like the first quarter it was back and forth. You could see we had lost some confidence coming out of Washington Wilkes, and they just wasn't real sure, and it was kind of jockeying back and forth against Union County in that first quarter, and you could see us starting to build that momentum back and that confidence back, and as soon as we made a couple plays, and then it was on.
Speaking of that confidence, as we continue our conversation with Rabun County coach Lee Shaw, his Wildcats, our WDUN Team of the Week presented by Carriage Automotive. Speaking of that confidence, that swagger, as you like to say, you've brought that back to Rabun County, and you've instilled it in these young men that take the field for you each and every Friday night. How great does that make you feel to see the fruits of your labor in a win like this?
Yeah, just for them to believe, the community believing again. You know, hard practices, tough going off to camp and doing the things that you're supposed to do that maybe hadn't been done in a long time, and just watching them put their hand back on the bar in the weight room and play, and then get on the field and play the next play every time. It's been rewarding. But, you know, my time at Flowery Branch helped in the simple means of when I came back across that gorge, back home, I had some street credibility coming with me. They believed if Coach Shaw can win down at Flowery Branch, we can win up here. So there was a lot to being at Flowery Branch and bringing that across the gorge to Rabun County and the success that I had down there. That was a huge role in what we're doing right now.
Coach, you all have had a great season thus far. You played very, very well last week. That's why you're our Team of the Week. You've got Greene County coming to Rabun County this week. What are you expecting out of Greene County? But more importantly, Coach, what are you expecting out of your young men?
Well, they're excited to finally be back home. We've been on the road for 3 weeks straight. It was a grind. It was kind of the gauntlet, as we called it. So they're excited about being back home. And Greene County is going to come out. They're very athletic. They didn't play a very good game against Union County when Union beat them 42-0. They had several turnovers played up at Union County, and I kind of compare it to how we played against Washington Wilkes. Washington Wilkes was that good. We just wasn't that bad. Greene County's not that bad. They'll come up and battle us because their back's against the wall. They're trying to get in the playoffs, and they know if they can beat us, that gives them the opportunity to do that. So we're battling to try to keep a 3 seed, and if we can take care of that, we can do something that hadn't been done in a long time. I can't. I've gone back through the records. I don't know when the last time Rabun County's went to the state playoffs back-to-back. It's been since 1989. If we can finish the regular season out 8-2, which Greene County would make us 7-2, if we can finish out 8-2, it'll be the first time since 1989 in AA ball.
Yeah,
you're 11-2 in single A, but in AA ball it's been since 1989.
Yeah, you are gunning for the best regular season record since that year. You know, and when you're playing for something, even though you're playing against an opponent maybe not up to par to a Jefferson or a Washington Wilkes, when you're playing for something that big, you're playing to do something the Wildcats hadn't done in a long time, and you've got young men in your team, on your team, and you as the coach who have been Rabun County people. That's what you all lived and breathed. It's got to be something special to be playing for something more than just a victory over Greene County, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's everybody up here feels like the pride's back. They feel like the old school Wildcat pride is back in the program, and the community's excited. We went up to Union County the other night, and we had more fans than they had, and that is the truth. And it's just because our fans are following us. They're excited. It's just it's been a storybook kind of process up here. Is if we can do some more good things, it'll be a heck of a story at the end of the season.
And I tell you, I think the fairy tale is just going to keep on going, especially with you as head coach. Coach Lee Shaw of the Rabun County Wildcats, our WDUN Team of the Week, presented by Carriage Automotive. Thanks so much for taking some time out this Wednesday evening to be with us. Best of luck against Greene County this Friday night. We'll be talking to you again soon.
Absolutely. We certainly appreciate being Team of the Week, and that's a huge honor for us since there's so many good teams down south.
Nice of you to say, Coach Shaw. Have a great evening, sir. Absolutely love talking to that man. Any chance that I have gotten to back in my days as a sports writer when he was coach at Flowery Branch and I was covering his sons, Jabo and Connor, along with the other Flowery Branch Falcons. Just really enjoy Coach Lee Shaw and very appreciative of what he can do on the gridiron with young high school athletes. A couple of things I want to add on to the conversation we just had with Lee Shaw. Of course, again, coach of our WDUN Team of the Week, presented by Carriage Automotive. His Rabun County Wildcats beating Union County 48-14 last week to really seal up, I believe, the number 3 seed coming out of Region 8AA, which is huge for that school, huge for that community. Hunter Sims, the backup quarterback to Wes Holcomb, who came in last week, had to start Wes Holcomb out for the season with a thumb injury. Oddly enough, he and Evan Sheriffs, the quarterback at Jefferson, both left the Washington Wilkes game for Jefferson and Rabun County, respectively, about the same time of the game with the same type of injury. Both of them injured thumbs on their throwing hands. Of course, thoughts go out to Evan and Wes as well. And quick healing, boys, quick healing. Hunter Sims, though, who came in for Wes Holcomb, the younger brother of a former Gainesville quarterback that you all will remember well. He was the Deshaun Watson before there was a Deshaun Watson. His name, Blake Sims. He's currently a backup quarterback at the University of Alabama. Hunter Sims now playing for Lee Shaw at Rabun County, younger brother of Blake Sims. No wonder he went for more than 150 passing, 150 rushing, right, in his first game as starter. That's some athletic genetics running through that boy. I also, though, Coach Shaw mentioned the Union County game. Coach Shaw mentioned that the Union County game was a rivalry game. And I think that's understating it a little bit. And let me tell you what I mean by that. If you go to Rabun County and to their football facilities, the blocking dummies are purple. Now, Rabun County's red. And usually blocking dummies, red, black. No, the blocking dummies at Rabun County are purple. You know what colors Union County are? Purple but purple's the main color. It's not just a rivalry game. That is a big, big rivalry game. Bragging rights in the mountains for a year Rabun County earned by beating Union County the way they did last Friday night. Congratulations to Lee Shaw and his Rabun County Wildcats. When we come back on Game On, we're going to reveal who our WDUN Athlete of the Week, presented by Burger King, is. You're not going to want to miss it, folks, so make sure you come back for that and for the 2 tickets to the annual Heritage Gala, the inaugural Heritage Gala, I should say, where you can hear Pam Tebow, the mother of Tim Tebow, speak this Saturday at Lakewood Baptist Church. We're doing it all just ahead on Game On.